So I want to just take a minute to talk about adding Artie, our newest doe, to our hutch. We brought her home yesterday. This is her right here. We brought her home yesterday and put her in the hutch with Athena. And of course, as expected, Athena started expressing her dominance as the what's the term they use? The top doe, I think is the phrase. And well, that's to be expected. It's certainly, she was definitely doing a lot of the mounting and the nipping, and poor Artie had just gotten here, and we really wanted to allow her to have a little bit more of a quiet transition, just so as not to startle her or stress her out too much. So we ended up doing a couple of different things yesterday. And the reason I wanted to talk about it is because I was looking up references. As soon as that happened, we separated Athena out and put her in this crate, which is normally on the outside of the hutch. Usually this door will open up and then the rabbits can go into the crate there. But we went ahead and separated her and left Artie in the hutch by herself so she could get used to it. And I started doing a lot of research about, how to properly transition them, and some of the recommendations are just not feasible for us. A lot of the references I found talked about having, your house rabbits, about 2 spayed or neutered rabbits and how to introduce them to each other, which is very different than us with a breeding operation. So for a while we took Athena and she was in this crate here, and we put it out in the yard so that she could eat some fresh things, and I just watched and waited for Artie to get comfortable, because after being harassed, Artie put herself in the far edge of the nesting box, like wedged against the back wall, and just didn't look comfortable at all. So I wanted to help her transition any way I could. As you can see right now, she's sleeping and laying on her side, which is a very relaxed position, as opposed to even like balled up like Athena is right now. So last night we decided to go ahead and transition them even further by having them be able to see each other 100% of the time, eat next to each other, but still have their own space. This is hopefully going to help them with their territorial things, and more than likely we'll leave them in this setup until we can get the habitat finished. We're almost done, and we're working on the fencing today. And that's going to allow them a much bigger space. We'll give Artie a lot more hiding spaces and spaces to run away from Athena when Athena's bothering her. Ultimately, I'm sure Athena will prove to be the dominant doe. For one, she's older, she was here first, she's bigger, so... And Artie was doing all the characteristic submissive things yesterday, but Athena just was still not leaving her alone. Now, from everything I read, that's still perfectly acceptable, and it's bound to continue for about a day or so, and only if it goes on much longer than that do you need to worry. But we just want to set them up for success, and so I thought I'd share what we were doing in case others are running into the same issues and a lack of reference of what to try. So this is what we've tried so far. As you can see, they both look really calm and seem to be getting everything they need for the time being. Of course, Athena's got the nesting box in there with her, since we aren't sure whether she's pregnant or not, so keeping that available to her. But yeah, we'll make sure to keep you guys updated as we put them into the habitat and let you know how the dominance issues pan out. Hopefully we'll end up with 2 very happy, cuddly rabbits.